I've taken over 300 Italki classes across 3 different languages from complete beginner all the way to advanced. So in this video, I want to share with you guys 6 ways that you can get the most out of Italki so that you can improve your speaking skills and achieve your language learning goals. Number 1. Be clear on your goals. A lot of people waste a lot of time and money on classes feeling like they're not really getting anywhere. And often the main reason is that they don't really know what they're trying to achieve outside of just vaguely improve in the language. And if you're not trying to get anywhere specific, then that's where you'll end up. Nowhere specific. In order to be successful on Italki, you need to know specifically what you want to get out of your classes. Do you want to talk about specific subjects, learn about certain parts of the culture, or do exam prep together, for example? Being clear on this will help you figure out what type of classes you want, and just as importantly, what type of teacher you want. Which leads me to point number 2. Communicate with your teachers about your goals. Teachers are not mind readers, and there's no one correct way to learn a language. So unless you tell your teacher exactly what you want to do, you will be at the mercy of whatever it is they think you should learn, and you might end up wasting hours learning about stuff that isn't interesting to you or isn't relevant to you. Tell them your goals, explain exactly what is and isn't important to you and what you want to do in the classes, and if their teaching style doesn't match what you want to achieve, then you know it's probably better to get another tutor. Which again leads me into the next point. Number 3. Be prepared to try various teachers. One thing that's important to know about Italki is that it's essentially a marketplace that facilitates language classes. It's not a specific system or methodology designed for you to learn a language. What that means is that different teachers will have different methods and different skill sets. To be successful on Italki, you need to find a teacher that not only fits your goals, but also your general interests, and that will inevitably entail some trial and error. So don't feel bad about trying various teachers. On the subject of professional teachers versus community tutors, for general communication I found that community tutors are just as good as professional tutors, and how well you get on with that person is much more of an important factor. However, for things like correcting, writing, learning about grammar, or doing exam preparation, a professional tutor is almost always going to be much better prepared to help you with those goals. Remember that you can also contact a teacher before you book a class so that you can ask them about their teaching style and see if they would be a suitable teacher for what you're trying to achieve. Number 4. Try and avoid using your native language as much as possible. It's not the worst thing in the world to speak your native language during an Italki class, but it's important to try and avoid getting into the habit of using your native language every time you come across something that you don't know how to say. One of the more overlooked skills in language learning, especially as a beginner, is your ability to work around vocabulary that you don't currently know. Try and find a different way to describe or explain what you're trying to say, and through this process you'll build a lot more confidence in your ability to communicate your core ideas in that target language. And then with time, of course, you'll accumulate more and more vocabulary, eventually allowing you to talk about a wider range of topics with more detail and nuance. Number 5. Don't talk about the same stuff every class. Obviously, when you have casual, small talk style conversations, like talking about your week for example, you can and will come across new vocabulary that you need to learn. But for the most part, you'll find yourself using the same structures, the same words over and over again, and you'll start to limit your growth as you bury yourself deeper and deeper into your comfort zone. If you want to be serious about improving your speaking skills and achieving a high level, you need to be actively talking about a wide range of topics in your classes. Either choose the topic yourself or ask your teacher to, but be proactive in seeking out opportunities to talk about different situations, experiences, or emotions that you're not sure how to speak about yet. Number 6. Be proactive outside of your classes. To be able to speak a language to a high level, you also need to be able to understand that language at a high level. And achieving a high level of comprehension in a foreign language is a long-term process that takes hundreds, if not thousands of hours of exposure to that language. So you shouldn't expect Italki to be a magic solution that's just going to make you fluent by itself. Italki classes, in my opinion at least, should be where you try and use or better understand different parts and elements of the language that you come across across in your general immersion. Exposing yourself to the language as much as possible outside of the classes will give you the opportunity to both come across the things that you learn about in the classes to reinforce that knowledge, but also to come across new things that you don't know about that you can talk to your tutor about and try and get a better understanding of. For me, speaking accounts for at most 20% of the total engagement that I have with my target language. So as a rough guide, you could aim for around 4 hours of immersion for every 1 hour of speaking that you do. And so whilst this video is not sponsored by Italki, everyone that has an Italki account also has a referral link. So if you're thinking about signing up to Italki, then think about using my referral link in the description and we'll both get $10 of free credits when you sign up. Also, if you're looking for ways to learn Spanish for free, then why not check out this video?